Hi guys, welcome to another audio video, and I'll be reading Leviticus 15 of the King James Version Bible. And it reads, And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When any man hath a running issue out of his flesh, because of his issue he is unclean. And this shall be his uncleanness in his issue, whether the flesh run with his issue, or his flesh be stopped from his issue, it is his uncleanness. Every bed whereon he lieth that hath the issue is unclean, and everything whereon he sitteth shall be unclean. And whatsoever toucheth his bed shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. And he that sitteth on anything whereon he sat, that hath the issue, shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. And he that toucheth the flesh of him that hath the issue shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. And if he that hath the issue spit upon him that is clean, then he shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. And what saddle soever he rideth upon that hath the issue shall be unclean, and whatsoever toucheth anything that was under him shall be unclean until the even. And he that beareth any of those things shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. And whomsoever he toucheth that hath the issue, and hath not rinsed his hand in water, he shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. And the vessel of earth that he toucheth, which hath the issue, shall be broken, and every vessel of wood shall be rinsed in water. And when he that hath an issue is cleansed of his issue, then he shall number to himself 7 days for his cleansing, and wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in running water, and shall be clean. And on the 8th day he shall take to him 2 turtle doves and 2 young pigeons, and come before the Lord unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and give them unto the priest. And the priest shall offer them, the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord for his issue. And if any man's seed of copulation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water, and be unclean until the even. And every garment and every skin whereon is the seed of copulation, he shall be washed with water, and be unclean until the even. The woman also with whom man shall lie with seed of copulation, they shall both bathe themselves in water, and be unclean until the even. And if a woman have an issue, and their issue in her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days, and whomsoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the even. And everything that she lieth upon in her separation shall be unclean. Everything also that she sitteth upon shall be unclean. And whomsoever toucheth her bed shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. And whosoever toucheth anything that she sat upon shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. And if it be on her bed, or on anything whereon she sitteth, when he toucheth it, he shall be unclean until the even. And if any man lie with her at all, and her flowers be upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and all the bed whereon he lieth shall be unclean. And if a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation, or if it run beyond the time of her separation, All the days of the issue of her uncleanness shall be as the days of her separation. She shall be unclean. Every bed whereon she lieth, all the days of her issue shall be unto her as the bed of her separation, and whatsoever she sitteth upon shall be unclean as the uncleanness of her separation. And whosoever toucheth those things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. But if she be cleansed of her issue, then she shall number to herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. And on the 8th day she shall take unto her 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, and bring them unto the priest, to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall offer the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for her before the Lord for the issue of her uncleanness. Thus shall ye separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness, when they defile my tabernacle that is among them. This is the law of him that hath an issue, and of him whose seed goeth from him, and is defiled therewith, and of her that is sick of her flowers, and of him that hath an issue, of the man, and of the woman, and of him that lieth with her that is unclean. Alright, guys, so here it is telling us about where you actually have issues where you have secretions coming from your body, right? So for the woman, whether it be an issue of blood, there is a stipulation separately from if there's just an issue with your body of the flesh, right? Where it results with a man or a woman, and so there are differences, and therefore everything is laid out. God thought of everything he could think of, he thought of, and he laid down how he wants his people to actually clean themselves of these uncleanness, as it was labeled, right? And so that goes to show a lot. We've come out of a very rigorous period, of a period of a lot of sacrifices, because a sacrifice had to be made. Just imagine, every month that a woman, right, has her menstruation, then she has to go and make a sacrifice, and it is somewhat seen as a sin. And that in and of itself is something to be said. And ladies, we all should be grateful, and we all should praise God more than even the men. We should be so in tune with God because of all these things that we don't have to go through anymore. I mean, count your blessings. I remember that song, Count Your Blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Look what the Lord has done. Look what Jesus caused us to come out of. Can you just see this? Can you just imagine yourself with this? You wouldn't be able to go to work. You wouldn't be able to do anything. You wouldn't be able to go around people you think COVID is bad. You'd be in separation for basically 14 days every month. Just imagine that. So you'd basically be seeing people 14 to 17 days of the year. I mean, people, guys, ladies, women, I'm speaking to the women here. We ought to be rejoiceful. If you think that you had nothing to be thankful for today, this is something that you should be thankful for. The fact that you don't have to be living in this period where you had to carry out these things, where you had to carry out these sacrifices, where these things actually took place, and you'd feel subjected to these things. Women, we have so many reasons to praise God, because back in these days, women were deeply suppressed by all these laws and all these things. And I mean, it says a lot. And yes, we know it's only because of what Eve did in the Garden of Eden. But I'm just showing you, God is indeed great. The sacrifice that Jesus made, the sweet lamb, oh Jesus, that alone is something for us to get up every day and be thankful. Guys, be thankful, okay? Count your blessings, okay? Alright guys, please don't forget to share your comments down in the comment section and your revelations that you may have. Let me know your thoughts, okay? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification so you are alerted whenever a new audio video is posted. Guys, I'm looking forward to hearing from you all. Have yourselves a blessed day.